Welcome. Hello, hello. Today I want to talk about 4 ways you can fund your adult day program and build your 90-day working capital. So, when you apply for licensing, you have to ensure that you have 90 days of working capital. Some states may be a little different, but the state that I am requires you to have 90-day of working capital. So, I want to share 4 ways that are very helpful in making sure that you have your 90-day of working capital secured in your banking account. Because ideally, they're going to require you to show bank statements as proof that you have your 90-day of working capital um, already in your banking account and ready if there's emergency situations that come up that won't affect the services that you're providing. You can watch a video. I think I did a month or so ago about how you figure out how much working capital you need and your budget. Actually, I'll attach that video, the link of that video below, for you to check out because it's very helpful in figuring out how you know what that working or how much that working capital is that's required of you. Okay, so the number one way, well, not the number one way, but way number one that you can secure your 90-day of working capital is a business loan. Of course, a lot of people don't like to go down that route because there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of documents required, but it may be necessary if you have no other resources, no other financial resources available to you. So, the licensing process is a lot of paperwork. Getting a business loan is a lot of paperwork, but receiving a business loan is a great way of securing your 90-day working capital because it's, something that you don't have to worry about. You just worry about paying it back, along the way as you generate revenue. I always recommend ensuring that you get a great interest rate depending on your credit, depending on, where you stand as how much you qualify for. Of course, I am not a loan officer. I am not an expert in business loans, but I know it can be a resource. Okay. Along the lines of business loans, I like to say credit cards as well, because for me, with the exception of all the paperwork of the business loan, a business credit card or a credit card can be an excellent way of making sure that you secure that financial working capital. However, if you receive a credit card, make sure your cash advance is enough to cover the 90-day working capital. Unfortunately, having a credit card statement is not one of the qualifying documents that the state requires, or at least my state. A bank statement, knowing that you have the cash available in your bank account is what they like to see. So check with your state requirements, check and see what your state says is an acceptable form of paperwork that's required to ensure that you have that 90-day of working capital. Okay. Number two, you can always apply for a nonprofit. When you open up an adult day program, you can be for profit or nonprofit. If you want to go down the path of becoming a nonprofit agency, that qualifies you for, getting grant money. So, receiving grant money can also be a really great way of, securing your 90 days of working capital and also securing your startup costs, all those finances that come in place. So, another great resource. However, it's not going to be easy just to say you're going to apply for a nonprofit as a nonprofit agency and apply for a grant. Typically, unless you have grant writing skills, you want to hire an expert in writing those grants for you to increase the chances of you getting that revenue that you need. to have secured in your nonprofit bank statement. Okay. Number three, savings. Savings, 401k, all go in the same group. So if you have savings available and you want to use it to starting a business, and like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not claiming to be an expert in those areas. I'm just pointing out how you can fund your 90-day working capital or secure your 90-day working capital to start your adult day program. But I know firsthand that by having an adult day program, it is a great source of revenue. You definitely will generate a great amount of revenue. So if you want to invest your savings or invest your 401k in starting this business, it is a great business to start. It is a very lucrative business, and it's a business that is definitely needed and will be needed for a very long time. The individuals that I support, which is the ID and DD population, they need services to go to during the day. They need support. They will require supports after high school. They're going to require long-term supports. So it's definitely a business that is needed, and it's an essential business. That is required. Okay. And lastly, number four, a partnership. So, you can partner with another person, combine your saving or combine your financial resources to secure the financial working capital that you need. So, just make sure when you go down the road of partnerships, you have contracts in place. There's a clear understanding of the role each of you play, or the role that is played by the partnership. Okay. And I would definitely get legal advice. I am not a legal expert, but I would definitely seek out legal advice to ensure that the partnership is good for all parties. Okay. So just to recap, number one, in securing and funding your adult day program. Number one is securing a business loan. Okay. Number two is getting a grant. Number three are your savings, your 401k resources available. And number four is a partnership, combining your financial resources within a partnership. So I hope this was helpful. If you found this video helpful, if you found that it resonated, or if you know somebody that needs to hear this because them themselves are planning on starting an adult day program, definitely like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you need some help starting an adult day program, starting and scaling an adult day program, I definitely provide services and supports that can help you with that. I will attach a link below. Just reach out with me and I can chat on how we can, move forward and how I can support you in that way. So until next time, I will see you guys. Bye.